Hello, this is Chuck Crater, and it's Tuesday afternoon, at least where I'm at right now. I want to wish everybody a good day. I have a small share today. It has to do with finding out what somebody's story is. You know, everybody has a story, and the importance of relatedness, establishing relatedness. Recently, we had some work done on our front yard by a contractor, and in the process of working on our front yard, he did some damage to our neighbor's pathway they have that goes to their back gate. It's right on the other side of our property line, right where he was doing some work. And he then did some work to repair the damage he did. In the process, made a little bit of a mess on our neighbor's pathway. I didn't find out about it until it was done. Wish he would have talked to me first before he tried to repair things, and we might have come up with a different way of doing things. So, needless to say, there was a little bit of a mess. I felt pretty bad about it, was embarrassed by it, and I put off dealing with it for a few days, and then realized we don't know our neighbors these particular neighbors very well, and so that had something to do with putting it off. But then I realized I got to go deal with this. This is not okay, and so I did. And before I went to deal with it, I really got clear that that we don't know each other very well, so there's not really any relatedness, and that's very important to have that in place. The other one was to set aside any judgments or assessments I had based on the past about my neighbor. Just go over there and talk to him. Did that, and with the main tenant, and handled things quite well, and did my best to get things cleaned up, some of the damage that the contractor did. And right on the other side of our fence, one of the tenants lives in a trailer. He was pretty upset with me, wouldn't really deal with me, or was, I think, he took it personal, I think. So anyway, I won't go into details about it, but he wasn't happy and didn't want to talk to me or deal with me. So I went and cleaned things up and got things straightened out as far as the damage the contractor did, or the little mess he created after trying to repair the damage. And time is, it was a few days ago, and since then, one of the thoughts I've had is that, I don't know the neighbors hardly, and that man in particular, I don't know him at all. We have no relatedness. And so I thought, I created an intention for myself that when the time is right and the moment avails itself, I'm really going to step into, learning what this guy's story is. I don't know what it is, and I'd like to know the guy. That opportunity availed itself this morning. I took our dog out to walk, and as I went out the front door and I looked over towards the neighbor, I saw that man putting his helmet on, getting on he's got a small electric motorcycle, and he was right outside the gate, and I noticed it. And I had this thought as I was going out to the road with our dog, I wonder what his story is. Took off walking, was passing their house, almost past the house, and the man came out with his motorcycle, rode up to me, and with a big smile on his face, he goes, I want to apologize. I really want to apologize for my behavior last week. And he said, it's just been a really rough time. My father passed away, and I've been really struggling with it. And on top of that, the main tenant, her father was killed in a motorcycle accident last week, and I'm helping kind of clean things up and take care of some things since his death. And he said, I've just been overwhelmed with so much going on, the loss of passing of my father. He said my father passed of COVID. And then he reached out with his hand to shake my hand, offered a shake, and apologized again. And then we exchanged names. I didn't even know the man's name. It was really a beautiful moment in the smile. I mean, his demeanor, his tone of voice, different than I'd ever experienced him just in passing and seeing him over probably the last year. And it was really a beautiful moment. And so he took off to go to work, and I took off and took our dog for a walk. Came back, a beautiful moment. It really brought to me the importance of, knowing somebody's story, not just making quick flash judgments based on the moment, that maybe there's some context, some story in the background. And the other is how important it is to establish some relatedness. We didn't have that. We have some now. So that's my share for today. Wishing everybody a wonderful day. What's your story? And what's their story? And get related. Thank you. Love you.